Hello everybody and welcome to part 6 of my God King Boudicca series. In the last part we left off this cliffhanger of whether to end the war now to guarantee this swordsman's survival or to keep going so that we could pillage the rest of his tiles. And I had voiced that I'm pretty confident that in the event that he was to bombard and shoot and then try to attack with the swordsman, we would probably survive. I didn't really account for what if they move the swordsman in and then take the spearman here. That I think would be more scary, but I think it's worth taking the chances, so let's just go ahead and see how that ends up. Swordsman bombarded. City by an archer. Okay, 1814. Alright.
Mathematics is the gate.
1814, that's 32, right? And let's see, he's got 2 HP. Okay, so that was extremely risky. Ahmadi wants Taoism. They look, just by glancing at the map, they look like a good candidate for our first missionary spread. So it's nice that we'll also get some favor there. Let's see, unit promotion, rough. He survived, very good. We'll research currency and build circus now. I'll go back in there. I always try to keep that open as a reminder. Okay, so, oh yeah, we have a great general. So we should always move the great general first. Okay, let's see, where are we here? I'm seeing the Pictish could probably step, pillage, attack, get faith. He could then probably step here, shoot. This is not hill, right? Okay. Shoot that, and then we come in with the swordsman. That seems like a good place to start this turn, since sticking around to pillage is what we're doing. There's more faith. Let's see, that does get us closer, but not... It's kind of like when you're playing the Aztecs. Every time you kill, you want to double check, make sure you don't get a free policy that turn. Same thing with faith and the purchase. Alright, so we killed 2 units this turn. That's fabulous. If we were to pillage and back up, we would probably be safe. We'd be at, I believe, 27 HP, and we would be in the rough. We just took a rough promotion. Bombard's not going to be enough, and the AI doesn't know how to step and shoot, so we should be good. Let's go ahead and pillage that. That puts us at 27, and then back up into the rough. Should be good. Let's see. Let's see, we're going to have him pillage. Not sure where to cross the river yet. He could be crossing here, the worker. Although that archer's there. I do see this guy is ready to finish, so let's do that. Actually, you know what? Let's have this worker come here, start doing that, and then he can come here, maybe pillage, step pillage, and go from there. We'll have him step and shoot the city, because, you know, I didn't notice the last time. This seems very soft, doesn't it? See, he's healing for sure, but he could, at a moment's notice, get into position and then step shoot. We have 2 composite bowmen here. This one is the one that's coming up to get his altitude training, so he can end up here next turn, and then here, and then step and shoot. We have a melee here that can more or less perpetually heal, or for a little bit. Obviously the worker's not going to keep everything going forever. And they have a worker in the city, so if we did take Berlin, we'd get 2 luxuries, including one that's a duplicate. We could trade off. We could get more iron, which is really great. Like, taking Berlin was always on the table, just I didn't think it would happen this early. We have this melee that we could bring in here now. So yeah, he could act as a blocker because this guy's damaged, and that puts another melee in range because they do tend to favor melee. Got a couple melee here. So it'll take a couple turns to set up, but I think it's worth a shot. He can heal up. That'll happen pretty quickly. And we got a worker here that can help sustain that worker there. Yeah, I think it's worth going for. Is it worth sending everybody towards? Probably not. Let's take a look at this. Although I do not know if this scale is going to reflect the kills we just did. Oh wow, look at that. Yeah, they are plummeting. And just for giggles, there's Denmark. Alright, so we're excelling there, and we are building a combo. At which point we will be building... this is the one with altitude training, so he's the one been keeping eyes around here. We'll go ahead and do that. Probably step him up here just for visibility. I don't think we're going to have him join the assault of Berlin, because I don't think it's going to last quite that long. But we'll find out, won't we? Heal, heal. That's good. It's nice to bring a little unexpected excitement here. Alright, so we meet a new civ. Of course, we'll exchange embassies, and they do have duplicate ivory, which we don't have any access to. We just traded our last cocoa, but that's fine. We've got more coming here. We can get that online actively next turn. This I don't think is even developed. No, it's jungle. You know, we kind of got lucky. All of these plantation luxuries we've had have all been forested, not jungle. But that changes here. It'll take some time to repair this city because Pac-Man went to town, but that's okay. Yeah, I don't think we need for him to approach. Well, he's more important here, I think. Alright, so let's bring our focus over here. Yeah, something like that. Keep an eye on things. We lost the swordsman. Oh, because they generated another archer in Munich. Oh, that's terrible. Okay, well, what can you do? That actually frees up an iron. Which at this point I think is actually worth selling off. We're about to inherit some iron. So let's look. 6 turns we'll have currency. This will be done in 6 turns. Maybe a little quicker because the growth that's going to happen here. That's going to be ready in fewer than 6 turns. I'm looking at who would be building warriors in preparation of the iron we could throw at them. As to whether or not to sell off the iron that we have now. Let's see. Borders, borders. Declaration of friendship has expired. Oh, I didn't know they had a friendship with Germany. Interesting. Let's take a look at that while it's on the table. Global relations, attitude, okay. She's actually friendly with Germany, and Germany with her, and she's friendly with us. Interesting. Oh, for a second there I was wondering why some of these are single line and others are double, and then it occurs to me, like, we decide what we feel about them. What is this? The Mayans are friends with Germany too? Germany's actually not doing bad for itself. Carthage, that might explain why they were getting a little upset with us. Interesting. Okay. And let's take a look at the map. Would we ever pursue, or I should say within the next 50 turns, would we pursue them? Probably not. If anything, we would pursue Denmark, and it would be much nicer if we could get them to attack us. They think we're building cities too aggressively, so once we seize the crown here, maybe they hate us enough to attack us. Interesting. I don't know. Alright. So what I'm going to do here is let's back this guy up to get him closer to Berlin, and we'll shoot that guy. Or no. We could shoot... Oh, wait, no. I was thinking the Pictish could come here and finish him off, but no. Zone of control with the city tile. We would get stopped right there. So let's see. We'll do that. She's kind of in the way. I would love to bring This Pictish here probably gets double shot, and then we have to withdraw. So let's just withdraw now. He can slide in through here maybe, and then back this guy up. Now he'll be the one taking the brunt. That keeps our comp bow safe as far as that goes. This one will step over and shoot. Right now, 1-on-1. This is a zero-sum game. I don't know why it didn't occur to me how soft this city is. I guess I got tunnel vision over the fact that we definitely had to deal with his military units first. So we're gonna pillage, worker finishes, step, step, pillage, and then next turn we can step, pillage, and get over here maybe. We're out of tiles for him to pillage after that though, so we do have to get other melee into position. Obviously it's not going to be this guy because we definitely want the comp bows to start acting on the city tile. Let's see, he's at 80. We need to make sure he's somewhat healed just so he's not... Oh, and look at that, I broke my own rule about the Great General. We could have done more damage there. That sucks. Okay, so we'll hop the river, start doing river farms with that guy. We have visibility here. Why? I don't know why we have visibility here. I don't think it's this guy. We would have had it last turn. Oh, because the border growth here. Okay. Well, that makes this easier as far as this guy trying to maintain visibility for us. So let's do something like this. Okay, a little darkness there. We'll just do a little dance. This is really good because it's so close to where we want to plant our next city. And you know what? I failed to account for the fact that I wanted this guy to do there. Alright. He can swing in here and we'll work it out. We'll work it out. Alright, there's the cocoa. And nobody actually wants it for the first time. Let's see. I'm still thinking about the iron. Was this the turn it came online? Your swordsman was destroyed. I think when it says 84 because we passed. And I still haven't decided about whether to actively... I think we should just because this will give us an idea of... An excellent idea. Alright, good, good, good. So the fact that she's friends with them doesn't mean much. I don't think we would have had that option after taking Berlin, so that's part of the reason why I wanted to do that. Oh, and then we can step here. Yes. Okay, so pillage step. That way we make the room for people coming over. There's going to be a bit of a traffic jam, but I think we'll make it work. Alright, 1, 2, 3. Gets us in range of that hill. Let's see. Heal. That'll be the last time we need him to heal. Like that, he can get back to scouting. Okay. Alright, so that swordsman is going to be a lightning rod from Munich. Referring to this guy right here, simply because we will still have... No, we won't still have a comp bow in range. So, let's see here. I'm going to pillage here. Yeah, let's deal with prompts first. Adopt policy, representation. There we go. We trigger a golden age. As a result of taking that policy, future policies will be easier to acquire. There's wheat, city connection to Nantes, borders grow there, that's fine. That doesn't actually accomplish anything for us. Great scientist, there we go. And if he recognizes our great scientist, so our faith gain went up a little bit, that's good. A couple turns we'll have missionary. So I love putting these guys on the academies. That's what it is, right? No. Academy. Yeah, I like putting them on grasslands, but we don't have any grasslands in the capital tile, which is unfortunate. Luckily, this is a very good granary town, so we'll be able to compensate for that soon enough. But let's go ahead and make sure that cotton continues to get worked, especially now that we just triggered a golden age. And on to settler. We will send this combo this way, even though I don't think he's going to be able to contribute to Berlin. And just remembered we got to move the great general. I'm going to move him like this, though, because the sphere of influence we need, like, reach only extends to here this turn. So, or here, because I'm thinking about having this guy pillage and then hiding in the forest so that he's a little bit more resistant to what's coming towards him. I'll have this guy come up. I do think it's time to get this guy into the fray. He's not fully healed, but we need to start putting these shots in because these melee are going to go down pretty quick now that we're out of tiles to pillage. So we're going to pillage there, step into here. I'll have this guy start repairing just to keep him in a safe place. Bring this guy here so we can see through the city. It's looking real good. Here we go. Alright, yes. So I'll have him swing over here. He can heal right there. We will actually have him step forward so he can swing in if need be, and then they can swap back if it lasts that long. Let's see. This worker's done. We got a worker there. So this worker can do the iron. This worker can do the gold. This worker can do this iron. And then one of them will stick around to do like the cocoa. One of them will stick around to do the river. The other one can start building a road down to Nantes. Which means this guy here should come over here and start the road over to Douglas. Not that it's time for the road for Douglas, but this tile right here in particular would be very important because you can see, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. That saves a whole turn, which from here we would step here, you know. Saves a whole turn of the settler getting over there, so definitely worthwhile. Which means we want this guy coming up here. He's going to heal. He's going to come up here to kind of enter the fray if need be, because there are archers over here, and he's going to come down here. A couple turns healing, we should be able to lead the way as far as paving the way. We've got this guy here who can just keep, you know, doing a little dance like that. That's this turn. There we go. Horses for sale.
Oh.
See, trade. Nice. 1, 2. Okay, Harold. He thinks we're building cities too aggressively, so I don't know if we're going to get full value here. Nope. We're like in a joint war together. You think that would count for something? Oh well, I don't mind underselling the horses. I do the iron. Speaking of which, I never did fully address the iron last turn. The iron, the upcoming iron looks like it's coming soon enough. My thoughts are at this point I would rather build the swordsman than upgrading warriors. It's nice that we have the option, but like in terms of like the build queue times and how big the gaps are, I think the gold's better spent on a granary here the moment we land, and then library when it comes time, because we are going to need to start focusing on the Great Library now that we've pretty much grabbed all the land that we're going to, you know, once we drop the Incense City. Does look like there's another city here, so I'm going to step back and do a dance into this forest. Hopefully we get eyes on a city tile. It's a bit wasteful, but okay, Villanova de Gaia. That's quite a mouthful. Camp here, guy there, so we'll have to keep an eye on that situation. Moving forward, River Farm. He's fine where he's at. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to highlight this scout. I actually want to see what happens here as opposed to the Germany war. Speaking of Germany war, he just showed up. He wants us to renew the old cocoa deal for money. If I remember correctly, we had 7 happiness, so that would be 3. If we're taking Berlin's obviously going to lead to unhappiness, but it's got gold, and then we can put the cocoa online. And then, yeah. The city we're going to plant is going to be planted on the incense probably, so that's, it instantly pays for itself. So I think this is safe, because the only time we're going to get into unhappiness is right when we end the war, and then that happiness will be rapidly repaired in a number of ways. We're still building circuses and stuff. So yeah, I think we would rather just have the money right now. We're up to 31 gold per turn as Liberty. Okay, I wanted to see what happened here. It looks like they're probably working on the camp. So he should be safe to go 1. Oh, okay, he's just surrounded. Well, I'll go 2, 3. I don't know if they're going to get so froggy with a bombard facing them down. And if we do, we can tank for a second. Douglas is up to 2 pop. We'll go there. You see we'll have the citrus in 8 turns, which is faster than Munich would grab it. If there's even a Munich left, we'll work that tile. We're about to upgrade it. So this city's going to start growing slowly, but we'll put some river farms up. You know, once we're up here, we'll move this one over there. Not during the Golden Age, obviously, but... Oh, whoops, I didn't even see. Where did that other tile come in at? I wasn't looking. Here, or did we already get that one? Probably here. I don't think we had that before. Oopsie. Alright. So, library for sure. Circus is done here. Yeah, this is that gap I was talking about. We got 3 turns, so maybe spit out a warrior in 3. Or just do a swordsman. It puts us a little behind on the market, but he's given us a great artist. Wow. Okay. Well, that is awesome. That is awesome. See, this is why I wanted to bring the melee in, because now he has to withdraw, and we need to get a damaged melee in there. And look at that, he's below 90, which means it'll be favored over this in theory. But now with all these combos in range with the Great General, I think we're at a point that he'll have to favor the melee no matter what, just to stop the city from falling. Okay, so we were thinking build Q. The markets are pretty important. Our gold's doing fine. This city's not a huge gold city. We're not going to get caravans running to it, but nevertheless... Because the thing we have to be thinking about at this point is if we do take Berlin, then the amount of darkness we have to keep eyes on grows significantly. So continuing to build military to hold the lands we have, I think makes perfect sense. We got 3 here that'll line up perfectly, but we're going to have a gap here. So maybe a swordsman here. Actually, you know what we could do? We could look at hammers. 12 there. 11.25 there. Yeah, so we could do like a swordsman here, a warrior there. Because after we start the swordsman, we're not going to be able to build a swordsman. We could do a warrior, and then once this iron gets online, we can pay to upgrade. Because our gold is going so well. So I think swordsman here is the way to go. Alright, so let's take a look at this. We're definitely going to do this just because when else are you going to get that opportunity? Destroyed an enemy great artist. Okay, so we don't actually get to capture it. It's unfortunate, but whatever. Because he's over there, I think moving the Great General up here makes sense. He steps in, shoots. He shoots. We're going to step him forward to shoot to make room for this damaged melee to get in here. Now he's got a target. Step and shoot. We might be able to take this next turn. Let's see. This is a Pictish. He's probably going to be the one that gets damaged, so it's perfect that this gets repaired now. And then if we do take the city, because we could actually pillage, swap places with this guy, have him take a shot, and then he'd be the one to capture. I'm really having fun with these Pictish warriors. As for this guy, I'm just going to leave him heal where he is. It looks like the war might be over next turn, and until archers start showing their face, there's really no reason for him to get into bombard range or to even try to snake over. He's not sending any more units over here, so it's just this damaged archer in the city tile, which we cannot address. So back him up. It's just a question of do I want the worker to start repairing the iron right this second or hop up on the gold in preparation. You know what? If we started the iron right now, we could finish it next turn and actually start building a swordsman there instead of a warrior. So let's do that. Because happiness is going to be in the toilet for just a second once we capture anyways. But it's literally just going to be for a second. We've got circuses coming up yet. Some luxuries here. So we'll have this worker come out and do the gold or something. And then when he's done with the iron, he can get started on the cocoa and go from there. We have options, and it's really nice. Okay, so this guy is heading west, right? And if we end up here, we get visibility here, which is nice. because he's not finished with the road yet. In fact, he's only just beginning. That way he can come get his altitude training, and we'll have some units down here to push the upcoming city drop. So having this guy continuing to dance around Truro makes sense, as well as keeping eyes over here. We got these units that could come down. In fact, you know what? Let's just go ahead and lead the way here. He's going to come do the chop. Well, hang on. No, he's not, because it's going to be 8 turns till we get into border. So to come over here and chop, we're just going to waste our time. Let's go ahead and start working on a farm here. It's a little superfluous, but this city can grow to 4 easily on its own wind without a granary, which is perfect because it's our second to last city before that we're plopping before thinking about the National College. So getting straight into the library seems really good. Alright, so let's see what goes on here. Perfect.
Ireis considerar esta oferta?
Refuse. Okay, and we actually are going to have 2 Pictish warriors here. So Berlin should fall right now. Without question. 1, 2, 3. Alright, tundra and even into snow. Okay. Truro now grows to 5. It is a monster production machine. I wasn't even counting for that growth whenever I was counting things out, so definitely glad we went for the swordsman there. Yes, it is missionary time, right? We've enhanced the religion. Yes, we have. I always lose track of that. I'm not used to having it fully enhanced by this point because we usually build or buy a missionary in before. And look at that. They're going to try. It's going to try to get to Almaty right as the war ends. So that is fabulous. Let's do that before I lose sight of it. There we go. And what are we going to build over here? We are going to tell this worker, oh, you know what? Until we actually capture the city, this iron is not ours. So let's do that first. We're going to do a pillage here. Swap places. Shoot. 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 Look at that. All of our ranged gets XP. So now the question is, are we going to get faith for killing this? Either because of the city or the unit that's in it. This will be interesting to see. Let's view city. Yeah, we got 3 faith, so that would be the archer inside the city tile. Very nice. Mint, watermill. That's kind of funny because the mint pays for the watermill. And the great library, of course. I had forgotten about that. Yep, as soon as he built that, I was like, yep, this is a target. That's fantastic. So definitely create puppet. I don't see the need to annex this. So now we have him finish the iron, and it's our iron, so this city can now build a swordsman. Whew, that is good. And we get this other worker. Nice, what a profitable war. Alrighty, and we actually have an extra iron. Let's see, is this still on? Oh, we're in unhappiness. We gotta keep in mind that. Still in line for currency, so we can just go straight into a market here. I think it's time to sue for peace. Start focusing our eyes on the land down here. Move him there. Move him there. Have him heal up 1 more turn. He's going to heal. He wants altitude training. And we have a Pictish warrior here that really can't do anything as far as antagonizing Hamburg. So let's see, and this worker is going to do the iron up here. Yep, so we lost that swordsman, which is unfortunate, but, you know, we're regenerating. Yep, definitely time to sue for peace. Let's see what's going on.
Macht schon.
Whoa. That's interesting. Okay. I suspect what's happening here is the fact that we've captured Berlin hasn't had time to sink in because, you know, the AI hasn't had a turn. So they're going by old dispositions here. So the fact that we could take the city, and do keep in mind when it's seated in a peace treaty, there's no diplomatic penalty for this. We will have gotten one for declaring war. It was a joint war. We denounced first, so I think that's minimized on maybe even more fronts than I understand. But the capturing of the capital will definitely have some diplomatic penalty, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to proactively re-up this friendship. But the fact that we'd be given the city would not have any diplomatic penalty. Now, if we take this deal, our happiness is going to be in the toilet, but we'll burn the city down, so that's going to be short-lived. We have luxuries we can put online. Circus is coming up, so... Well, one more circus, I should say. I think the other two finished up already. So what's the alternative? 4 gold per turn, which is 120, 191 gold embassy. Not worth it. So I say let's take his city. He'll literally be relegated to Hamburg, which, if I remember just off the top of my head, was all food, no production. So let's take this deal. In fact, what we can also look at here is what kind of gold he's got. Harold has a lot of gold. We could sell him this city. Would we want to do that? Let's take the city first. Alright, there we go.
Ich kann wohl nicht anders.
Can we exchange embassies at this point, or is he pissed? Alright. View the city. 3 pop, yeah. Terrible city. Would be easy to take, so if we did... what we can do is we can say create puppet, and that way we have the minimal diplomatic penalty right now, and then we can just take a look at this. Would selling Harold that accomplish anything? It's very possible that he would be upset with us. Oh wait, he doesn't think we fought together against common foe. Plus 50. What happened to the building cities too frequently? Alright, so if we actually sold him the city, I think he would favor us a bit more, and we're trying to upset him. Hopefully when we plant the settler we upset him, but so definitely let's go ahead and annex the city. Yeah, I'm aware it's unfortunate, and raise the city. There we go. It is going to force us to choose a construction project, so you know what? Courthouse is an option. Let's just do that. It's going to burn down way before that, so no big deal. There. We're at -9 happiness. That's a huge deal, because we're actually risking dissidents. But like I said, that's going to be very short-lived. As for the Great General, I'm going to have it start heading down over here. This is where we're most likely to run into conflict, and keep in mind, if we do get into it with Harold, this is going to be the front line. So we'll have the Great General start heading down that way. What is this? Is this his archer from Munich? Yeah. One of. There's the other. Alright, fine. Does this guy actually have altitude training? He does not. So I think that's a worthwhile endeavor. Does this guy? No, he doesn't. Okay. So maybe we have this guy come and act as melee for the darkness up here. Getting a little ahead of myself there. Oh, he actually did come out of the camp here, which means they just seeded the camp. Alright, so that means I should move, because otherwise he's just going to keep beating on us. 1, 2. We'll stay here for now. And let's see, this worker, Deer here, he's the one working in Edinburgh, so we'll come work on this Deer down here. No easy way to get there. So we'll just cross the river now. He's chilling. And there we go. We do have an iron to sell. We're about to get 2 more, so I don't see any harm in selling this iron.
Bons dias.
There we go. It's better now, because if she ends up hating us for taking Germany's capital, then we wouldn't have gotten that full value. And like I said, we're about to backfill here. Alright, well this has been a very productive part. Let's hope we don't get dissidents, but other than that, it's going really well. We've basically neutralized Germany for the entirety of the game. There's not even a hill around here for him to grow into. Is this a hill? Okay, I take that back. He does have potential for it. But he's down to the 1 city, and he kind of doesn't have any room to grow. Maybe in this direction, and you know, now that we have Berlin, we should consider the possibility of growing in this direction. If we did, I do think it's a post-National College move, just because the first plant here would be kind of crappy. Second plant, okay. You know, we got river up here, salt, and then copper over here. Maybe start making our way towards Carthage, piss somebody else off, use our military. Because if we can get other people to declare war on us and then we take their capitals, all the better. So I think the series is going really well. Thank you guys for joining me. Please like and subscribe if you feel that I've earned it, and I will see you in the next part. Take care.